Hi Flosstube, Felicity here from Flosstubers Cross Stitches. Back with another update video. So I have a couple of things to show you and obviously quite a lot to talk about. Today is the 10th of February 2018 and my last update video was the 10th of December last year, and then I did a Stitch With Me video that was uploaded on the 16th of December. I have quite a lot of things to show you. I have a finish, I have my WIPs, a new start, some haul, and yeah, just let's get started. What I have been doing is, while I haven't filmed a video recently, I have actually been watching quite a few people. At the moment I don't have a contract for teaching, so I've had a lot of time to myself, so I've actually caught up with quite a few people in their videos. So here I've been watching, where's my Abigail's Needle, Amy Fleck, Ampu Stitcher, Andrea Stitches in Colorado. Don't forgive my pronunciations. Amy Loves Toads, April, May, June, Atlantica Dream Stitches, Basic Stitches, Bendy Stitcher, which is Michelle Garrett, Big Apple Stitching, and I've nearly finished watching Black Cat Crafts 13. So been doing lots and lots of watching, mostly in the last couple of weeks. Where I've been is, well, on the 22nd of December, my parents and I took a cruise out of Sydney up around Vanuatu and New Caledonia. We were on the Sun Princess. That was really lovely. Had a really good time, just able to relax for a bit. Then we had a week down at Tomican, which is about half an hour away from Bateman's Bay on the New South Wales coast, about 3-4 hours down from Sydney, and then there's probably about another 10 from there to Melbourne. So it's on that side of the country. It was lovely. Again, we didn't do much, we just kind of relaxed. Then we went down to Melbourne through some friends in Bairnsdale, stayed with them on the way. Went down to Melbourne. Mum and Dad stayed in Melbourne for a week for the tennis. I went to one day, and then I flew back around the 16th of January and just had lots of fun. So that's where I've been recently. The first thing I'd like to show you is actually a finish. Like, this is my first finish since I've started Elsa. I know, and that's quite a long period of time. So the one that I finished is actually the burst sample that I've been doing for my cousin's little boy, and it's Peter Rabbit. So I've actually covered up the details here, so the details are already back stitched in here. And so this is from the World of Cross Stitching magazine, and I think it's the August issue of last year. So I started this on the 2nd of October 2017, and I finished this yesterday, which was the 9th of February. So this is stitched on 16 count Aida, just in the plain white. Bring it in close so you can see. So when I first, I think you last saw this, I basically had done the body of Peter Rabbit, hadn't done the head or the shovel. I hadn't done any of these flowers. So while I was on the cruise, this was one of my main pieces that I was focusing on. So when I did it, I actually finished off his head first. Then I decided, well, I may as well do the back stitching around the Peter Rabbit, so it actually look like I have Peter Rabbit. Then I came down and did these flowers here. So the back stitching just really makes it look like there's leaves. Then what I realized is, when we were in Tomican, I had forgotten to bring one of these colors in the flower, which was really annoying. So we found somewhere, and I bought a skein of $7.45 for like $1.50, because DMC in Australia is horrendous. And then I started stitching these flowers here. There's a little snail come up, and I finished this yesterday. So this will be hopefully framed soon. I'm going to try and frame it by myself. That's going to be interesting. I've never done that before. And then I'll send it off to my cousin in New South Wales, who's then just told me that number 3 is due in Easter, around Easter or something. So if you know of another, Peter Rabbit pattern style thing that I could convert to a burst sampler, I'd love to know, so I can get that ready in my stash, and then I can send it off. Alright, the next bit we're going into is WIPs. So I have quite a few WIP, not as many, some, but I do have a couple WIPs going. The main one that I've worked on recently is Elsa. So Elsa is by Dittman, chartered from Heaven and Earth Designs. So last time I finished 2 pages, and I've done the same as what today. Alright, so with Elsa, I've just put a purple rug behind her just to showcase what she's like, and also it just gives a nice contrast. So since you last saw her, I've actually finished 2 pages. So again, I'm going to have to stand up for this bit. So I finished 2 pages. So I finished page 24 and 25. So short page 25 is only a partial page, but even then, it's not far to go. So all I'm doing at the moment is I'm been stitching this snowflake that's occurring. Just turn that around. It's summer here in Adelaide, but it's very cloudy and humid, so we don't have a lot of light today. So what you can see is there's this whole big snowflake here. So I've been stitching lots of creams, greys and blues. Yeah, from there. So I've only got 2 pages to go, so not that far. But doesn't she look amazing? Let's see if we can get this up again. I'm gonna have to keep moving backwards so you can see. Just that much to go. So I actually plan to stitch on her as much as I can, because I like to get her finished before May. In May is when she would turn 3 years old. So we'll see how we go. So Elsa is being stitched on 22 count, 2/1, and I'm using Petite Treasure Braid number 10 instead of the chronic that's called for. That's the only substitution I'm doing in the whole pattern. So there's only page 28 to 29 and 30 to go. Okay, so I'm hoping I can get them done pretty soon. Alright, so the next one I've actually done is actually a new start. Technically, really this is a restart, because I did start this on the 1st of January 2015 using the Aida and the threads that were supplied. However, I didn't like the Aida, it didn't feel right, and I didn't like the threads that came with it. So I've actually done a restart on 32 count Lugana, and I've converted it to DMC. So this one here is Seashell Treasures by Dimensions. It's a gold collection petite kit, and I'm hoping to get this done so that it can go to my aunt and uncle. They love the beach and everything about it. So at the moment it's on my Q-snap because I've been working on it for the Winter Olympics sale. This is basically the kit that it came in, the threads, and yeah. So where I'm up to so far, okay, let's see. I've done basically one of the shells here. This shell is nearly complete. There's another one coming up here. Done a tiny bit of back stitching. Last night I put in quite a few of the half stitches. And it's looking really nice. So this is on 32 count Lugana by Golddigger Old Map Style from Colour Cascades. Tammy in WA in Perth. Oh, that's better. You can see the colours now. I've just had to change the light around. So with this one here, you can see all the back, the half stitches here. It's quite technical. In this pattern, there's half stitches with 1 strand, 2 strands, and 3 strands. Then I need to learn how to do French knots, because there's French knots within this shell here, and I think there's a whole heap coming this way as well. So I chose this fabric because I thought it reminded me of the beach, and honestly, I'm loving stitching on the 32 count Lugana. I think I'm just loving using the even weave. I found that trying to finish the burst sampler on 16 count and then coming back to stitch on this, it was so much different. Such a difference, and I absolutely loved it. So I'm really pleased with what I've done here, and I'm sure you'll see it coming up soon as well. Alright, so the next part of this video is going to be some stash that I've accumulated. Basically, because I don't have a contract currently, I'm not buying a lot of stash because there's no money coming in. So this order was actually arrived last year. It arrived the day after my other video went up. So it's an order from 123 Stitch. I received some beads and some chronic as well, which I'll insert a video of, not a video, a photo of, because they're already packed away in a container and I don't want to try and get that out. What I did order though was some more of these quilter threaders. These I find are my favourite threader. That's upside down. These are my favourite threaders ever. So I've got another two, I bought 3. I've got 2 here, and I've got one other that's just like this because I've already started using it. But for me, they're the best threaders I found for me, and I can't find them very easily in Australia. There's a whisper thread here, which is for the Nora Corbett's butterflies, which I'm looking forward to stitching. I bought a new tacky bob, which I haven't started beading yet, but the other tacky bob I have, the case is all broken and everything like that, so it's not really in the best condition. Then I have quite a couple of charts. One of these in a style that I already have. The others are completely new and I can't wait to see how I go with them. So this one here is from Ink Circles. It's Alto Greta now. So it's the accompanying piece to the treble clef and the base. I have those two and I know what fabric I'm going to stitch them on. I'm just going to do a colour conversion and put them all on the same piece of fabric. So I'm really excited to get that one. Next, I have my very first pattern from Country Cottage Needleworks. This one is the Nativity, and I just love how it has the whole nativity scene on it. So it says, "For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Saviour, which is Christ the Lord." Sorry. So I think that's really pretty. Next, this one's been on my wish list and for a while. I've seen quite a few stitching it up and I thought, nah, I need to get it. So this is Little House Needleworkers, Home of a Needleworker 2. It's designed in 2008 and it's gorgeous. What I'm thinking though is I'd change some of the colours. So I maybe stitch like the house in purple or something, and I just really change all the colours. I keep like the blue, the greens and the red of the berries, and then I might put the home of a needleworker in like another colour. I don't know. Let's see what happens. When I do this, I'll be stitching in DMC because I don't have any other specialty threads. The last one here is actually a really something out of the box for me. I was never really a person who liked stitching samplers, and it just wasn't my style. But I've been converted. I've seen quite a lot of people stitching samplers over on Instagram, on Facebook, in videos, and I fall in love with them. This one here is the Winter Ice Sampler from Dinky Dyes. I was watching, I think maybe it was A to Z Needleworker, Deborah, maybe, was it her? And someone else on their video, and I fell in love with it. I'm also thinking that because I do have 2 chatelaine patterns, I'd like to learn how to do the specialty stitches, and I thought this one here would be a good way to learn how to do it. At the same time, I bought the silks that came with it. So these ones here are the Dinky Dye silks. We've got 120, which is hyacinths. Don't ask me how to pronounce it. A nice purpley blue. And then we have 79, Snowy River. A variegated pink, blue, purple, and green. And the last one is number 43, Aquamarine. So I was really happy to get those, and I can't wait. I've actually just designed a floss away type of system with some cards that I've made myself, and I'm just going to use snapbacks for those and for the Karen Waterloos that I have. Haven't set that up yet, so when it's set up, I'll show you my video what it's like. The only other thing I have is the monthly fabrics that I get from Colour Cascades. I'm a part of her monthly mystery program, I get a piece of, I think it's 18 by 26 each month, and we've now finally caught up. So here I've got 3 pieces to show you. So this one here is November's, and it's Rocket Queen. It's like a really orange, I can't see what I'm selling, really orange thing. Better? Alright. So really orange. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to stitch on it so far, because I'm not really an orangey person. But I'm sure something will come up, or I'll give it to my friend who loves Halloween. So that's really nice. That was November's. This one is December's, which will probably look very familiar to you. Golddigger, old map style. I actually have a plan for this one. I'm thinking of doing the Noracore butterflies. I reckon, I haven't done my measurements yet, but I reckon they will look lovely on this. Just a nice neutral. Yeah, so I think they'll fit on there. So I haven't done any of my calculations yet, but I'm hoping that that will work out. And this one is January, so this one is probably, out of the ones I got so far, one of my favorites. It's called After the Rain, and it's got mixtures of pinks, purples, blues, and greens. That didn't really show up on camera. Let's see if we'll go this way. Like, about where it was, about there. You can see those blue tones coming in. And it's just, oh, it's my colours. Really is my colours. There you see the purples, the blues, the greens. Yeah, so I've already paid my invoice for November, so that's one thing I am going to keep up, even though I don't have a contract, is the monthly fabric. I just like having the fabrics there, and now that I have quite a few charts, I'm sure I'll be able to put charts to the fabric from there. Alright, plans. So what I plan to do in the next couple of months, month or till our next video, is I'm going to continue to work on Elsa. I want to see how much of her I can get done, because she is so close to being finished. We've only got, what, 2 pages left, and I can't wait. The other plan would be to, I'm doing the Stitch Mania's Winter and Olympic style. The way I'm doing that is I'm actually going to vlog my process. So I did a before and after video of yesterday's project. I'll do a before and after video of the project for today. And I'm not sure, I might upload it in one whole video. I might upload it in 2 videos. I haven't decided yet. Depends how long it's going to get. But if you would like it to be a long video, let me know, and I'll just upload it as one whole video. So they're the 2 main plans I'm hoping to do. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I have been watching everyone. I'd hope that everyone had a happy new year, and that this year has been a good start to it, and that you gained everything you liked for Christmas. I'd like to thank everyone who has subscribed or comments on my videos. I really love reading all the comments and interacting that way. And now that I'm back watching Flosstube, and you can tell when I've either gone through your whole channel and watched your channel, because normally I say, hey, I've just been watching your channel, loving it and things like that. So I'm up to B at the moment. I know I've got a long way to go. There are some people that do keep up with regularly as well. So yeah, plans, Elsa, Winter Olympics sale. I'll do the vlog so that you should be able to see that in the next couple of weeks. Not sure when my next video is. It's probably still going to be monthly. I hope that everyone's team does well in the Winter Olympics. Go Australia. I hope they do well. And also, we've just been watching the Fed Cup, so that's the Australians playing at the moment. So hope everyone has a good day, and happy stitching. Bye.